So, your subscription business is finally taking off. Customers are flooding in, that revenue graph is pointing up and to the right, and things are getting exciting. But behind the scenes, you're starting to feel the burn. That incredible growth you worked so hard for is creating some serious operational nightmares. Okay, let's dive into this classic scaling dilemma and figure out how to solve it.
First things first, let's reframe this. This is not a story about failure. No way. This is a story about what happens when you win. It's that moment when your subscriber count just explodes, and all those manual processes and spreadsheets that got you here, well, they suddenly become your biggest bottleneck. This, my friends, is the problem of success.
And this leads to a really crucial question every single founder or operator has to ask themselves eventually. Is your success becoming unmanageable? If you're nodding your head right now, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And look, these growing pains, they get really specific really fast. You're just burning hours on manual quotes and reports that should be automated. You've got actual money, real cash, slipping through the cracks from missed renewals. Your growth can even start to flatline because your own processes can't keep up. And maybe the worst part of all, you can't even trust your own numbers anymore because they're scattered across a dozen conflicting spreadsheets. It's chaos. But here's the good news. There is a solution. There's a whole category of software built specifically to be the command center for your entire revenue operation. It's called a subscription management platform. And what is that? Well, think of it as a single, centralized system that's designed to automate the entire subscriber journey. We're talking everything from billing and payments to all the tricky financial compliance stuff, and of course, the crucial data you need to make smart decisions. Honestly, the best way to think about it is this. It's the central nervous system for your revenue. It connects all the different limbs of your business, sales, finance, product, and makes sure they're all working together seamlessly to capture and grow every dollar. So what do these platforms actually do? Beyond the buzzwords. We can really break it down into 3 core jobs that directly fix all those growing pains we just talked about. All right, job number 1, monetize every single opportunity. Look, in today's market, you just can't afford to be locked into one rigid pricing model. You need agility. You need to be able to move fast. And this is where that agility comes to life. Instead of waiting months for your engineering team to have time, you can launch new pricing models, tiered, usage-based, per seat, you name it, in a matter of hours. You can automate those complex B2B quotes that take forever, accept payments in over 135 currencies, and easily manage all the little things like promotions and free trials that actually drive new customers. Okay, so job number 2 builds right on top of that. It's all about perfecting the subscriber journey. See, it's not just about getting customers in the door. It's about creating a totally effortless experience that makes them want to stay. And automation is the hero here. These platforms streamline checkout and onboarding. They give customers self-service portals so they can upgrade or change their plan without ever having to talk to a person. They also automate dunning, that awkward process of chasing down failed payments. They can even use AI-powered tools to offer a special discount to someone just as they're about to click cancel. It's incredibly smart. And the impact of this is just huge. For example, one company using these tools was able to redirect over 44% of users who started to cancel. Think about that. Nearly half of their potential churn was saved, all thanks to smart automation at that one critical moment. And finally, job number 3 is to automate the complex, often invisible world of finance and reporting. This is how you free your team from that spreadsheet chaos for good. This platform basically becomes your automated finance team. Invoicing and accounts receivable? Handled. Global sales tax, VAT, and those super complex accounting rules like ASC 606? You're compliant. And most importantly, you get real-time accurate dashboards for the metrics that actually matter. Your MRR, your ARR, and of course, churn. Remember that automated payment recovery we just mentioned? The financial impact is absolutely staggering. Get this. According to Stripe, their users recovered $6.5 billion in a single year from these tools alone. That's revenue that otherwise would have just vanished into thin air. Okay, so you're convinced. You need one. But the market is crowded, and let me tell you, not all these solutions are created equal. So how do you possibly choose the right one for your business? The very first thing you need to understand is this concept called Merchant of Record, or MOR for short. In this model, the platform doesn't just process your payments, it legally sells the product for you. and that means they take on all the liability for global sales tax, fraud, and all that compliance headache. So this really breaks down into two main paths. On one side, you've got the merchant of record model, like a company called Paddle. This is the done-for-you approach. They handle all the liability, which is amazing, but it can come with higher fees. On the other side is the do-it-yourself approach. Using powerful tools like Stripe or Chargebee, you get all the awesome billing features, but you keep the legal liability for tax and compliance. So which one fits you? Well, a merchant of record is often perfect for global startups that just want to offload all that risk. An API-first platform like Stripe is a dream for tech-heavy teams that need total customization. B2B-focused platforms like Unium are built to handle complex, sales-led contracts. And then we have the all-in-one platforms like Chargebee or Recurly that offer a ton of features for a whole range of different business models.
So let's bring this all home. Choosing one of these platforms, it's not just about patching up operational problems. It's really about building the engine for your next big phase of growth.
And this right here is the most important takeaway. Selecting your subscription management platform is not just another software purchase. It is a foundational decision about your entire growth strategy. It dictates how fast you can experiment, how efficiently you can operate, and how far you can scale around the world.
Which leaves us with one final question for you to chew on. Is your current billing system just a tool for collecting cash, a cost center, or is it a growth engine, actively building the future of your company? The answer to that question tells you everything you need to know.